Human-forced climate change is affecting biodiversity in many ways, including changes in species ranges, mass coral bleachings, and changes in the timing of biological events, such as breeding seasons. Human responses to climate change are also impacting biodiversity, through things like agricultural expansion and the construction of seawalls. Conservation planners have developed a number of approaches to work out where they should invest their resources to help biodiversity cope with climate change, such as protecting places that species are likely to move into as the climate changes, or conserving areas where climate change is likely to have little effect. Our recent study reviews all of the existing approaches to look at the methods they used, what threats of climate change they incorporate, and the timeframes and species that they examine. Less than 5% of all spatial prioritization papers incorporate any aspect of climate change, which is really worrying given the severe impacts climate change is having now and is likely to have into the future. We also found that almost all papers focus on the direct impacts of climate change. So those are things like sea level rise or temperature change, and only one paper looks at the human response to climate change and how that could affect biodiversity. And that's really worrying because the human response to climate change has the potential to be as bad or even worse for biodiversity than the direct impacts of climate change. Our review paper analyses the strengths and weaknesses of existing approaches used to plan for climate change, and we also provide recommendations on how planners can better incorporate the human response to climate change and extreme events. If you're interested in reading more about this study or other similar studies, head to www.greenfirescience.com.